Ding, ding. Hello, I see two people here. If you can see me, I don't know what we're having technical issues. The joys of the joys of live platforms. So if you can see me, let me know and just say hello. And I do apologize for this very strange non-live live. And we should be now. There we are. Okay, so now I can see that I'm live. My technical guy said that he just changed a couple of settings, so I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, let's get going. So welcome along, guys, to this second questions and answers from PLR.me. And I am, of course, Richard Butler, Director of Education here at PLR.me. And you will have seen me, hopefully, if you've been to our site, you will have seen me on many of our videos because we want to see you succeed with PLR. But you're right. What is PLR? Well, PLR stands for Private Label Rights. And that means that you get access to our content and you get a license to use our content and brand it as your own. Now, I think I think a lot of people think, well, hold on a second. Let me see if I've got this right. And yes, you've got it right. You get access to our content, which is specifically created to help those in the self-help industry and, coaches, speakers, teachers, mentors. You get access to this content and you can brand it as your own. Now, I know that seems too good to be true, but it's true. And what you need to think about is, and what we like to say at PLR.me is, you never have to write from scratch again, meaning that you never have to actually come up with an idea. Because I know you are probably an expert in your field. And for example, I talk a lot about mindfulness. But if you said to me, Richard, go write an article about mindfulness, and I want to see it in 30 minutes, I would say, well, what am I going to write about? What I need to do now is go to the PLR.me library, find an article, and then I can tweak it and make it my own. And it's that simple. So rather than starting with a blank page, which is awful when you have to start with a blank page to write anything, you start with a document that you can use as is, or you can tweak for your particular audience. Now, let me just see. Okay, so Sharon, Regina, Sally, everybody can see me. Okay, perfect. Now, let's talk about how PLR works and PLR.me specifically. When you join our website, you just go to PLR.me, you get 2 free credits per month. And you can use those credits to download any items up to the value of 2 credits. But what's a credit? Yeah, that's a great question. What is a credit? A credit is the unit of currency that we use on our site, and we price everything in credits. So rather than saying something is $2, we say it's 1 credit. So it doesn't matter if you're from Ireland, like myself, you're from the States, or you're from China. Everything is at the same value. It is 1 credit, or 2 credits, or 3 credits. Um, Items like articles, which would be 1 or 2 pages in length, sometimes 3 pages, are 1 credit. So you can get a blog article for 1 credit. So as a free member, you can actually get 2 blog articles a month. Now, a very important thing to let you know about being a free member is that you get 2 credits and you use them or you lose them. But if you do lose them because you didn't use them, what we do is we give you another credit, another 2 credits actually, at the beginning of each month. And do you know how much this is going to cost you? Absolutely zero. It is a little gift from us to say, come on, try out our service and see what you like. Now, if you have a question, do put it into the chat. My technical guy, who is amazing, will actually try and answer those if he can, which I think he will be able to, or I will actually answer them myself. Now, 2 credits. About 75% of our content is actually 2 credits or less. So there's a huge amount of content. What's that? How much content do we have? We have over 15,000 pieces of content and growing every single month. We add about 80, I was about to say 80,000. We add about 80 pieces of content to the content library. So this is another great thing about PLR.me, that you're not buying um, a membership that is kind of not growing and growing. Every single month it's growing. And every single month you have more and more things that you can actually use. Um, and you're going to learn today how to actually edit our content. Because you see, coaches are amazing people, but sometimes the technology gets to us, like it happened to me at the beginning of this live, that I was talking away and I wasn't live. So technology should not stop you. And this is one of the things here at PLR.me that we want to help you with. So when you download an item, you get the PDF version, okay, which is the ready to go version. You will get the Microsoft Word version. You will get the Apple Pages version if you're an Apple user. And depending if the resource, if it's a PowerPoint slide deck, you get the PowerPoint slide deck as well. But I know a lot of people say, well, what if I don't have Word? I mean, what if I'm on a Chromebook and I just don't have Word? What if I'm on a Mac or what if I'm not on a Mac? How will I actually edit your content? Well, that's why you're here today, because that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to actually edit the content using free tools. And those tools are well, absolutely free. You just need to sign up and you can start editing our content straight away. Okay. So let's get to the demonstration and let me just share my screen here. So fingers crossed that the technology will work as it should. And I want this. Okay. So what you should be seeing now is you should be seeing my Google Drive. So the first thing I'm going to do is the first thing I did was I downloaded an item from the actual PLR.me library, an article, and I want to make some edits to that article. So I'm going to go to New. I'm going to go to File Upload, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into this um, folder here, which is it's to do with your coaching business. And I have a doc, and I have a PDF, and I have a text file. So if I just have a look and preview the PDF looks just like this. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to open up the doc file. This will upload the document. I click on the document here. And I see that the document is actually more or less plain text with a little bit of format. So how can I make that a little bit more interesting? Well, that's a very good question. The first thing I could do is, let me just put a bit of space down here. I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Drawing. Oops, pardon me. I'm going to go to Insert. And I'm actually going to go down to Shapes. Where have we gone now? Drawing. Okay, so New and New Drawing. And I'm going to choose Shapes here. And I'm going to choose a nice rectangle. I'm just going to draw this out like that, because this is going to become like a heading box on my actual document. And I'm going to fill that with a color. So I'll take a fill color, and I do apologize, my graphic design skills are not the best. I'm going to choose that, and I'm going to put it in like this. Now, here's a tip for you. What I can actually do is, um, you can't see my screen. Okay. So let me just go back here. This is going to be quite a session here. So let me go back and let me start to share again. Okay, so I do apologize. Again, another apology that you couldn't see my screen. So let me just see. Let me rearrange a couple of things here, and then I will share all of my screen, and then you'll be able to see everything. So just move these over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say that I want to share screen number one. Okay. So apologies if anything pops up on screen as well that you might see. Okay. So now you should see my screen. So let's start this again. Now, this particular document is called How to Start Your Coaching Business on Part-Time Hours. And I have a PDF here, and you see this PDF, and it's really nicely laid out. And then I have the actual Word document here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring over my Google Drive here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to say File Upload. And I'm going to open up this document here, which is Start Your Coaching Practice in Part-Time Hours. Click on Open. That opens up. I'll just replace the existing one that I have because obviously you had it open and you couldn't see. And here it is. Now I open it up in a new tab. Now this document, well, it doesn't have a lot of formatting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a nice box up here that you will actually see. And I'm going to put this heading into that box. So what I want to do is go to Insert. I go to Drawing. I go to New. And this is a bit of deja vu because I had just said this. I'm going to click on Shapes. I'm going to click on the rectangle. And I'm going to draw out a rectangle. You see how interesting it is when you say the technology sometimes can baffle us coaches, and the technology didn't let me down. It indeed did. And hey, please copy your recent edits. Okay, so let me just see what's happening here. Okay, the gremlins are definitely here. So shape, and I go in here. I just select a box here, and I'm going to choose a fill color here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this text box. I'm going to drive a text box inside this shape, and I'm going to paste the text in that I've had. Now, because I'm using these shapes, I can increase the actual font size as well, and I can do different controls. I put this into the center. And now I save and close, and that box comes up just like that. Now I can move that box up just by dragging it up like that. And I now have something that looks a little bit more colorful. But what if I want to put in an image here? Well, again, I go to Insert, and I can go to Images, and I could upload the image from my computer, or I could actually search the web. Okay. Um, I go in here, and I want to find coaching. Now, always be careful because when you actually download an image from the web, you want to make sure that you can actually use it and it is actually royalty free. Okay, so I'm going to choose this image here. And, we would suggest using something like Pixabay or another site like that that will actually make sure that everything is royalty free. But just for this example, I'm just going to use the Google search here. So I go to Insert, and that image comes up here. Now, I think that is looking quite good already. Again, I'm not a graphic designer, so you might think it looks awful. Now, I can continue going through this document, and then what I can do is I can make sure that everything is aligned here. Everything looks good, I think. I'll move down this third point here, and that looks very good. Now, one of the things that's essential when you have a document that you've created like this is to make sure that you brand it as your own. So what I'm going to do is down near the end of the document, I'm going to double click and I go into the footer region. And what I would say is find out more about coaching at PLR.me. And I can highlight this and I can right click on this and then I can actually link that to PLR.me. HTTPS. Always good to put in the full URL there. And I click on apply. And that now becomes a clickable link. So what's the next thing that you do once you have this document done? Well, you can easily go in and go to File. And this is what I love about Google Docs. And then you can actually export this or download it as a PDF. So I click Download as PDF. Here it is. I just click on it. And now you will see my document here that I created. Okay, so let me just see. Do we have any questions here? Comments? I'm excited about using PLR.me. Yes, we will have a replay. We're having a Black Friday sale. There's lots of training videos. Okay, so Stephen, thank you. Yes, you couldn't see my screen. So very sorry about that, Steve. Okay, yeah. Changing. We only see the first page. Okay. Well, Jody, I think is has a great comment here, and she said, "I struggle so much with technology. I'm happy I'm not alone." Okay. Now I just got a message that there was no sound, so I don't know what's happening. Okay, so as I say, technology can let you down, and I do apologize, guys, about that. We also have these websites that we would recommend: pixabay.com, pexels.com, unsplash.com, which will allow you to download royalty-free images. Because be very careful. There was a story that circulated a couple of years ago about somebody who used an image incorrectly, hadn't got it licensed, and they were being sued by the copyright holder for thousands of pounds or dollars. So always make sure that you download from a site that allows you to actually use the image in commercial projects, which this will be. Okay. Okay. Sally did say as well that she couldn't hear me, and now she says I'm back. So again, technology, guys, technology. Okay. So any questions so far on what I did there? Let me just see any questions. Now, what I want to do now is I want to go in and I want to use a website called Canva. And Canva is a great site that has done something really, really interesting. Okay. And it's something that a lot of our clients asked us, could they do? And we used to have to say no. And the question was, can I actually edit the PDF? Because the PDF is always really well laid out. And unless you have Adobe Acrobat, the full edition of Adobe Acrobat, you can't edit PDFs. But look what Canva did. It's like as if they had heard us asking. They now have a facility which is called Import PDF. Now, it does say it's in beta. Um, and that means that things could go wrong. Okay. So let me just open this document here. I take the PDF. This is the PDF here, and I click on open. And the PDF starts to upload. And I'm looking at my other screen just to make sure that everything can be seen. And I see that Sally says that this seems that everything was very easy. And yeah, it is quite easy. Okay. So here's the PDF here. I open it up. And now it retains all of the actual formatting that was in the PDF that you saw. Now I can go in here and I can say, okay, what I want to do is I want to highlight this text and I want to change the color of this text to green now. I want to change it to blue. Okay. Again, doesn't look that great. And I can make the edits as I wish here. I could make this smaller, okay, just by, if I wanted to, I could just put that in like that. And well, I could then go down to download and I could say PDF. I would always go for PDF standard because that makes it a smaller file size when you want to export rather than PDF print. The PDF print would obviously be used if you're going to get it professionally printed. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the edits here, but let me just show you a couple of things that you can do. If I go into elements, I can go here and I can say, okay, well, what I'm looking for is a background and I'm looking for photos. And I want to put a photo in. Now, anything that has a little crown beside it is that it is for the pro version of, I mean, you have to be a pro member, a paid member of Canva. Now, I'm just going to take this image, a random image here, and I'm going to put it in here, and you'll actually see that this becomes a background. So if I wanted to put a background, and I'm just stretching this out on my document, voila, as they say in from. And I'm just going to copy that and I should be able to drag it down here. And what happened is that this, when I actually copied and pasted here, it's actually put this in as the actual foreground rather than the background. So I go to position, I can actually say send that to the back, and my text is up, and I can paste again, and I can drag that down, and I go to position and send that to the back. Now, as you can see, what you would have to do is you would have to maybe make that text white, and that can be quite easy. You would have to highlight the text here, and then you would change it into white. Now, when Canva imports the actual PDF, it seems to break up the text here into just different sections. So you'd have to go in and just do a little bit of editing. But what I can do is I can go to download, I can go to PDF standard, I can say download. This will then start to download, and we will see my download now in a second. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that should be downloaded. And now, I mean, I think that looks really well, even though it's the black and white. I mean, it should be white really. But if you look at the original that we had and you compare it, it immediately looks completely different. Okay, and it looks better than what I actually did in Google Drive. Okay, so I'm just going to take a small sip of water, and I'm just going to see if anybody has um, oh wow. Okay. I love it. I love it. A comment here from Savita. She goes, "Shut the front door." Well, actually, I was looking to see if my door behind me was open because I thought everything had gone wrong today, so I must have left the door open. Richard, she says, "This is worth the price of admission." Well, the price of admission to this live is free, so you've definitely got double the amount that you paid in value. But yeah, this is it. I mean, what we want to do here at PLR.me is we want you to use the content. We want you to make the content your own. And one of the things that I always say is don't let technology stop you. Because here can be the typical scenario, and that's happened to me. I'll start to edit the documents once I have my Mac. I'll start to edit the documents once I have the paid version of Canva. I'll start to edit the documents when I have uh, Adobe Acrobat. You don't need it. Look, I have a video just that I'm editing, and in it I say, I am Mister. If I can do it for free, I prefer to do it for free than pay for a piece of software, Butler. And this is it. If you can do it for free, why not? Maybe it'll take a little bit longer. But I think that document there looks beautiful, and the blue looks really nice on it. Okay, so Regina, hey Regina says it is awesome. Okay. Um, we have look at Savita. Just downloaded two items. I'm working on them along with you. This is maybe we should. I'll have to talk to Ronnie about this. Maybe we should change this to work along with Richard on a Thursday. Let me just take a quick drink. Now, this is it. What Savita is doing is what you need to do as well. And yes, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you there. No, no, don't be hiding. I'm talking to you. Um, you need to watch the videos, watch the replay, and then work along with me as you do it. Maybe on the replay, because then you can stop and you can go back and you can check various things. But being able to do this there's a couple of tips. One is getting used to the tool. The second one is setting out a time every day to work on your business, not in your business, but on your business. And this has taken me 5 minutes to do this. So imagine if you just said, I'm going to download 5 items from PLR.me. And on a Sunday, I'm going to spend 1 hour to modify them just like Richard did. And then you can start publishing and publishing and publishing. I have found personally that if I don't set out a timetable or a schedule, I have an Excel document I've created, which is a schedule of things to do. If I don't have that, open, but then I go off and I do something else. So I know that at 11:30 a.m., this is what I need to be doing. At 2:30, I have a call with the client. At 3:30, I have to upload videos. And this really helps. And that's what you need to do. Um, we have LBC branding. I'm glad I'm watching this live. I absolutely love PLR. Well, we love you too. Um, and Savisha says, and you can listen to Richard on 1.5 speed. Yes, on the replay, you can actually speed me up. So I sound like a Irish chipmunk. We have a question from Sally. I totally understand the use of PLR, especially in life coaching. The message is the same, but the messenger is different. Different messenger for different audience. Yeah, and what I always say to people is, and it's a question that always comes up, and I dealt with it last week in our questions and answers, but it's a good point here from Sally that I'm actually going to bring up. Um, Everybody has access to the same content, but as we say here, um, as the reply to you, Mary, was you need to make it your own and inject you. So I could say how to start your, if I went in, oops, let me just do it in here, close that. How to start your mindfulness coaching business on part-time hours. Okay, now I have to just, the spacing has just gone off there. So I would just have to make a couple of changes to that. Okay. But I can change the title and then fit it in to what my audience are looking for and call it mindfulness coaching, okay, on part-time hours. Um, and yeah, Savita says, add your swag to it to make it different. Yeah, I like to add my swag to it. I'm a bit old to have swag, but I have a bit of swagger left in me. Um, but this is it. Don't think, and again, another limiting belief that sometimes can take hold of us, and it takes hold of me in different niches that I work in, that you say, well, everybody is using the content. How can I compete? Well, you make it different. And you inject your personality into it. You put in your own case study. So I worked with a coach who was struggling to, to find their niche, and we worked together. And now they are working part-time hours. And actually, after 6 months, they actually went full-time into coaching. And yeah, Sally said, and I didn't know that this was Scrooge McDuck, but work smarter, not harder. And this brings up another thing that sometimes people say, well, if I haven't written the content myself, I feel like an imposter. Well, don't. Because as I always say, my favorite store when I go to visit the States, because I'm based in Barcelona, is Walmart. And Walmart have all of their own white label products. They didn't make any of those white label products. I mean, they didn't go out and set up a bread making factory or a cornflake making factory or whatever it may be. They went out to other companies and said, hey, company, can we license your product and can we put our branding on it? So that is what we're doing. We are saying, hey, coaches, you can come to us. We will give you access to the content, and we will grant you a license for you to brand it as your own. Um, so yes, that is how easy it is to edit. Now I want to show you another item because this is where things can get a little bit difficult if we want to get difficult. Well, we don't want to get difficult, but this is where things can get difficult. I have a lovely PDF here, which is transform into your ideal self in 8 steps. Now, I can upload this into, oops, no, not with the PDF, I can't. Okay, so let me just go file upload. So far, guys, I think the technology has not let me down. If you can still hear me, just give me a yes. Okay. I'm going to open this up and let's see that, you see all the formatting is there. Okay. And I go in here and this document opens up. And while it's opening up, I'll take a drink because otherwise I'll start coughing. We don't want that. Now, this is a more advanced document, but believe it or not, this document is only 2 credits. So with your free monthly credits, you could actually download one of these action guides. Now, first things first, mm, Google Docs is having a little bit of trouble working with this document. Okay, this is one of our more recent um, documents, so it's beautifully graphically designed, but Google Docs is struggling to work with this. So let me just show you a few little edits that you could do here. If I click on this blue wave, what I can actually do is I can say fix position on page. I can say position options, and I can actually say what I want to do is go to the text wrapping, and I want to send that behind the text. And that immediately solves that problem. Now you see that the A is up here by itself and the transform is down here. And that A actually belongs to this R here. So let me delete that. Oh no, this has gone up here. Now what I have to do is I have to go down here. So Google Docs is not bad for working with our articles, but when we get into the checklist, it becomes a little bit trickier. So let's just bring this over to Canva here. I go to my Canva tab. I go to Creative Design. I go to Import PDF. And this time I want to go back in and I want to choose the PDF. Click on the PDF and I click that open. And that'll just take a couple of seconds to actually upload. And when that uploads, I can start working on it. And you can see that I've been working on quite a lot of our a lot of our documents here that I've been playing around, and I have there's more videos in the works that we'll be releasing um, shortly. Okay, so I click on this item, I double click, and let's see how Canva works with this. Now, remember the Canva PDF import is in beta. Okay, so there could be problems here. How did your graphics turn out? Yeah, they turned out good. How did your text turn out? A little messy. Okay, so they want feedback. Let's click on submit there. So if I have a look here, let's see what the original looks like, and let's see what Canva has done to it. Okay, so it should look like this. Follow these steps. It hasn't done a bad job, to be honest. Okay, it looks pretty good. But what we're going to have to do is what I would suggest you do is I would suggest you open up the PDF, have it on the side here. Just open that up fully. And then you can just see how it actually looks compared to the original, because you want to make sure that you have everything correct. Are you living? The reason why, oh my goodness. Okay. The reason why that's so big is because of the capital here. So let me just highlight this. And what I can do is I can just go in and I can reduce the font size. I'm probably going to have to reduce everything here. Okay, so I might just bring that down to 21. Um, you see, this is the problem that since it's in beta, it just comes up like that. So let me just try it and work on this a little bit. I might have to increase the size. I might have to put in some line spacing. You guys are learning a lot today. Okay, I put in some line spacing. I might go a little bit smaller. Okay, I would have to work a little bit with this just to make it look exactly like the one that I have here. So there will be a little bit of shuffling around here, but I mean, if you don't have access to the other tools, this is really good. Okay, so follow these steps, everything looks well there. The good thing about Canva is I can drag things up and down, and I can also, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the little purple line that's on the left of the screen as I look at it. And it shows me that I'm aligning the one and the two there. And then I can bring this up. Okay, as I say, and I'm aware that the text just needs to be modified there. I have the habits here. Okay, everything is good. Fill in the details of the traits. But this bullet point is a little bit big, so I would have to change that. Use the swish pattern. The pattern is great. I'm going to have to move this down a little bit, and I'm probably going to have to move these a little. Now, see the way it's a little bit difficult to get to those bullet points. Well, if I move this out for a little bit, and then I should be able to just select both of those bullet points, and maybe not, and I can just drag those down. I just down there, and then I can select the second one and bring that down like that. And then I just drag this back in here and place it like that. Okay, getting started, your advice. Now, again, if I wanted, I could go to elements, I could go to background, and I might say, well, what I want to do is I want to put in a kind of pastel color here background. And again, I'm just going to make that bigger, just like that. Now, look what's happened. Do you remember what I had to do? Who remembers what I had to do here in order to send this to the back? Well, I'm going to tell you. I just select send to back, and that goes to the back. And again, I can just copy and paste that up here, and then position, send to back, paste again. Because I pasted once, Canva remembers. I can just go send to back, and I continue to do that. Okay. Okay, so while I'm just finishing that, any questions? Does that sound like something that you can do? Or does it sound just impossible? Let me know just in the chat about Alex. I mean, as I say, and I know if Ronnie were watching, um, or if I said to Ronnie, this looks really good, he'd be like, yeah, okay, could be improved. Or if I showed it to our designers, they would probably run away. Okay, any questions? Can you guys hear me okay? I was wondering, I said, can they hear me? Are they is Canva free to use? Okay. So yes, Sally, Canva has a free version, and you will see that, well, what I'm using is a free version, but there is an option here that says try Canva Pro. Now, I've used Canva for a while, and so far, I haven't seen a reason for me in my usage for what I'm doing with the PLR.me content to actually upgrade to a paid version of Canva. Um, because everything I need to do, I can do. Now, there's a couple of things, for example, that you can do with Canva Pro is that you could resize this. If you wanted to resize it for a presentation, for a Facebook post, for an Instagram post, it would automatically resize it for you into the correct dimensions. So that is really handy if you want to repurpose the content into different social media platforms. If you are a paid member, you will see that you get a lot of different backgrounds that you don't as a free member. So again, a limiting belief can come up saying, well, if I use the free version, everybody will be using the same backgrounds, but maybe not. And I wouldn't worry about that. So what I always suggest, is what you can do is start on the free version, and then as you progress and as you become a master at Canva, then decide whether you want to upgrade to the paid version. Um, when I talk to clients, my own personal clients, and they come to me and they say, I went off and I bought X package and I never used it because I just didn't know how to use it. I always think, well, don't go and buy something if you're not ready to use it. If you're not ready to use something, um, try a free version for 14 days if they have it, and then see, well, yeah, this is for me. So, like the way we do a PLR.me, try a free account and then download some items with your free credits and then play with it. And once you realize how easy it is to edit and how easy it is to actually make it your own, then you say, oh, yeah, well, then I will definitely upgrade to a paid account. Okay, so connect trends is very helpful at this point. I think it is something that I can do. Jody asks, can I use my own photos in some of the creation process? If I use my photos, will I be giving up the rights to my photos when I'm using these free versions? Okay, so you can actually upload here, Jody, and I've actually uploaded some images here. So this is a little image that I use all the time of myself if I want to brand something. So just not do that. So yes, you can upload. Now, there may be, for example, here we see a reason for going to the paid version because you can remove the background, but there's background removers that you can use online as well. Um, I don't know the answer to your question of giving up the rights to my photos when using these free versions. Um, I don't see a reason why you would be giving up the rights because it's not that you're uploading them into the general Canva photo library. You're uploading them into your own photo library here. Okay. So again, I'm not an expert. I've never played a lawyer on a YouTube video or on TV yet. So I can't give any legal advice on that, but I don't think there should be a problem on that. But thank you so much for that question. So yes, you can upload your own pictures. I don't know about the legalities of it. I don't think I don't think they can claim copyright of it. Keep the questions coming, please. So 360 gentleman says, I'm a tech and love this. I could use help with the page stuff that y'all add, like the index. Okay, so here you're talking about the index on the ebooks. And what you could do with the ebooks, and if you import it into Canva, what you could actually do is, I find an ebook. I think, let me see, I think, no, that's not an ebook there. Okay, here's an ebook from the PLR.me library. Let me just upload it. Here's one I made earlier, as I say. Now, what you would have to do is you would have to manually go in and change the index here. So you would have to go in and you would have to look and say, okay, if you've imported it into Canva, I think maybe if you import into Word, it still has the index facility. But to do this 360, gentlemen, what you just need to do is you just need to make sure that page 13 is still page 13, etc. And this is actually a document that I changed, one of our documents that I put my own graphics into as well. So it really is a matter of playing with the actual tool. Um, Steve says, this has been very helpful. I'm new to PLR and I'm more excited to use my credits now than before this training. Well, I'm super excited that you are excited. Let me just tell you something because I don't think I did mention it. Now, if you haven't signed up yet, and you do have a question about the content or about the memberships, you can actually go to this URL here, which is PLR.me. What I will do in this call now, it's only one call per member. So if you I can't do another free call with you. Delighted to coach you and consult you. Um, Reach out to us on the help desk if that's something you want. But for the free call, if you've never um, signed up for a call, if you're a free member or if you're a paid member, you get one free call that you can utilize. And again, my time is limited on these calls, so I do ask that if you do sign up for the call, you watch all the homework videos that I give you. You come ready with your questions. You make sure that you do turn up for the call. They're all Zoom calls. We do not call you, so don't be waiting for the phone call. It is a Zoom call. And on this call, I will either walk you through the content and show you samples of the content, because a lot of times people ask, can I see a sample of content before I purchase? Well, I can show you all of that. If you're not sure of what you want to actually, what membership is right for you, again, I'll listen to you on the call and I'll make sure that I offer you the best membership for your particular needs so that you don't buy too many credits or too few credits. Okay. So you just go along here to book a call. You will see the times in your local time. Now you're seeing the times here in Central European time where I am. So 11 o'clock in the morning would be 6 hours ahead of EST, so that's going to be at 5 a.m. But I do try and have times in the afternoon, 10 a.m. EST, depending on my schedule. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier. Okay. But we always try and make time for you. Now, if there is, if there is something urgent that you need, you can also reach out to us on the help desk and they will put you in touch with me directly. So if you say, well, look, I can't make the time, I can always record a video for you, just going through different things, etc. We're here, as I say, to publish. That was PLR.me, book a call. So if you haven't booked a call, go now, book a call. Let's talk before Christmas so that you can start getting things ready for January. Um, Yeah, Regina has a question here. Is the PDF editor a new feature with Canva for the free version? Yeah, it's a new feature that they started to roll out. It was actually somebody, one of our paid members, we have a paid members Facebook group. One of our paid members actually mentioned that to us, and I went out and I tested it. I did a couple of videos about it, and I thought, well, I said to Ronnie, I think this could be good training to show people how to use it. But yes, at the moment, it's available on the free version. There don't seem to be any limits on the free version. I mean, sometimes these companies will bring out a beta version that say you can only upload a document of 4 pages. Perhaps when they've fully tested it, maybe they'll say it's only going to be for paid members, or maybe they'll say it's for free members, but you only have you can only upload a document of 4 pages, etc. So at the moment, it's free. Monica, thank you very much. Monica says, very good, Richard. Thank you. Again, it seems that everything is working out fine after the technical issues that we actually had. Hey, JT, how are you doing? I had a call with JT. Excellent presentation. Well, this is the idea that we're going to do, JT. Every week, I'm going to deal with a different topic in the PLR.me library. This week is to get you moving, get you downloading, getting you to actually take the content and do something with it, because I'm guilty of having bought content over the years, not from PLR.me, of course, but from other sources, and then you never do anything with it because, yeah, you open it up and it's too complicated. There's too many graphics and it's like too much, but not here. Here, what you just do is focus in, download an article, um, edit that article, or sorry, upload it up to Canva. I would use Canva nearly for everything. Google Docs as just a secondary tool, but edit it, export it out, brand it, export it out, and then you can use it on your website. A very good site to use is SlideShare. I'm not sure if you know slideshare.net, but it is a site that you can actually upload PDFs. Um, it's kind of like where people go to look for white papers. So I might go in here and I might type in goal setting, and then I would find different documents about goal setting, and it could be white papers from companies, etc. Um, by the looks of it, the technology is deciding not to work for me again. Okay, so for some reason, SlideShare is not working there. But one of the advantages of SlideShare is I see that it says a script company. It used to be, I think it still is, owned by LinkedIn. Now, maybe LinkedIn sold it to Scribd, but if you have a LinkedIn profile, you used to be able to add, I think you still can, you could add your PDFs to your LinkedIn profile so that people can see the publications that you actually had. Regina says the Canva PDF editor is easier to use. Yeah, it's super nice to use that. Um, if we change the content to make it your own, are we able to copyright it? Yeah. So this comes back from our official spokesperson. Yes, when you modify the content, you can sell the content as your own and keep 100% to sales and keep it under your name and brand. There's absolutely no problems. Did I hear correctly? There is free training. Well, Sally, you're on the free training here. So yes, we do have free training. If you go to PLR.me videos, you will actually see all of our free training. And we are adding to our training. We try and add once or twice a month, depending on the actual how many videos that we have. But that should come up now. I don't know. Yeah, my internet's in the street running a little bit slowly. So here we have how to edit documents using Global Docs. It's easy and free. You see that I'm around here. This was created in minutes by this guy. Okay, how to actually. It's another repurposing video that I did that I repurposed a document. How to create an audio product using Audacity. How to create beautiful PDFs. Marketing and sales we had as well. Excellent video by our founder and chief chief man. He's Ronnie is our founder and a great all around guy. Um, Ronnie did an excellent video on in making engaging videos, and it actually was quite engaging. Then we have the webinars as well. We put up webinars. Ronnie did another very good one about how to manage a remote team. So yes, we have a lot of free training. Okay. Um, we have Lori G says this is awesome, Richard. Not just awesome, but awesome with capital awesomeness. Charlene says very good information. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. And this is just the first of many. Thank you so much, Richard. This was great, says Regina. Regina, hope to speak to you very soon. And Tricia says this is absolutely fantastic in capitals. You mentioned homework videos. Where can I find a list of beginning videos for me to view before I set a call? Well, when you actually go to book the call, if I go back to our book the call page, if I just type it in here, you will be redirected to a thank you page, which has the homework on it. So you will go in here, you will select a time slot, 11 o'clock. You will confirm. You will fill in all of your details. You will put in whether you have a free account or a paid account, or not yet signed up. What's the purpose of the call? Well, if you want to talk to me before signing up, as I said, I will walk you through all the options. I'll advise you on the best option for your needs. And this is one thing that we always ensure that, if you reach out to us, we always will listen and say, okay, well, this is the best for your needs. You want to create a lot of content. Well, I think you're better off getting this package, etc. But you can jump on the call and I will talk to you about that. Do put in specific questions that you may have. Okay, so if you put in who your niche is and who your audience are, that helps me then prepare a lot for the actual call. And then when we schedule the event, you can put in your phone number and we'll send you reminders. Our system will actually send out reminders to you. Remember, it's a Zoom meeting. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want. There's absolutely no problems. It's a Zoom meeting. We don't actually call you by phone. Okay. And the reason why it's a Zoom meeting is so that I can share my screen and I can show you everything. Okay, let's see. What else was there that we wanted to make sure that we talked about? Okay, so we had a good recap on everything. I showed you about the credits. I showed you how to book a call, how to take an article and upload it both to Google Docs and up to Canva. And well, we're getting to the nearly the top of the hour, as they say in the business. What other questions do you have? And I'll just stop my sharing there and I'll come back here and I'll see if there's any other questions. Well, while you're waiting for the questions, or while I'm waiting for the questions, or while we're taking the questions, we'll be running this over the next couple of weeks. Now, I can tell you one date that we won't be running it. Well, we won't be running it on Thanksgiving Day because there's family to meet and turkey to eat. So we won't be running it on the 25th. We will run it on the 2nd of December. on the 9th of December, I'm going back to the land of the leprechauns where I grew up. Yes, I'm Irish. I will be going back to Ireland, hopefully, if everything remains the way it should with COVID, etc. I will be going back to Ireland on the 9th. So definitely on the 9th, we won't have questions and answers. We will have one on the 16th, probably on the 23rd, maybe on the 30th, and then we will come back in January. And every single questions and answers call, what I will do is I will always start with a little recap just about what PLR that is, what credits are, just in case you're new. And then what I will do is I will do a training on a particular topic. So I have lots of things to show you about the website. So next week, maybe I'll show you little things about the website, little tips and tricks that will really help you get the most from our website and make you super efficient in actually looking for content and finding the content that you need. And yeah, that's all I'd say. I'll do that next week. And then the following week, I will do a training. I'm going to have a little bit of brainstorm myself and Lonnie and the team and see the next training. Because what I want to do is, over the weeks, I want to increase your knowledge step by step. Now, I'm a trainer by trade, so I always want to make sure that my trainings are very step by step. So I'll show you how to do this, and then I may actually show you how to do more technical things, like we may talk about video and scary things like that. Sally is asking, regarding the cost of PLR.me credits, can you buy a month to month and stop and start as needed? Well, let me actually go back and share my screen again. This time I'm going to share just a Chrome window, and I'm hoping that this will work. So let me just push that over here so I can just mark on my screen. And you should now see the Chrome window, which is the booker call. So if I go to PLR.me and if I go to pricing at the moment, let me just run you through the actual different packages that we have here. I'll click on see pricing option. We have the free plan, which is free. We have pay as you go, which is good if you just want to buy an ebook today, edit it, put it up for sale, and then with time you might say, okay, well now that I've made $300, $400, I'll go and I'll buy a yearly subscription. So you can do pay as you go. It does work out a little bit more expensive because each credit works out at $2.20. We do, Sally, have a monthly plan, which is 99 credits per month. Now, a very important thing about our monthly and our yearly plans is it is a recurring subscription. So if you were to sign up today, you would have to cancel at least a day before. So given that we are on the Thursday, the 18th of November, I would say you'd want to cancel maybe on the 15th, 14th. Now, what happens when you cancel? When you actually cancel, you must use up your credits by the renewal date. So let's say you have 20 credits left and you cancel your monthly plan on round about midnight on the 17th of December, those credits do expire. So just be aware of that. And I always like to tell people when I do a call with them, I always emphasize that and make it very clear that if you cancel your plan until the date of renewal, you can use your credits. After that, they do actually expire. But anything that you've downloaded, you can continue to use. So we don't say you can only use our licensed products while you are a member and paying. No, if you've downloaded content, it is yours to keep whether you continue with your membership or not. This does work out better, the 400 annual plan, because you get 400 credits. Each credit drops down to a price of 95 cents instead of 99 cents on our monthly and $2.20 on our pay as you go. You have 1 year to spend your credits. Obviously, if you renew, well, then any credits that you have will actually roll into the next year. But that gives you a little bit more flexibility because you get more credits compared to a monthly plan. you get all of the credits immediately, because if you go in and you find an item which is 105 credits, you would either have to buy more credits or you would have to actually wait till the next month to get extra credits. But with our yearly plans, you get everything upfront and you pay upfront as well. So hopefully that answers your question, Sally. Um, we had a question. Did you mention branding the book with our own name and company name? Yes, and we have the answer here. Yes, you can absolutely brand the ebooks with your own name. You get all the source files, so you can edit the contents, change the cover, or even change the format. Um, I always think as well, not only can you edit the book and change the content, but well, here's a little tip for you. What if you were to take the ebook and you actually then decided to use this as the basis of a video course? That's something I'll be showing you in a later questions and answers. Um, if you buy a bunch of credits, will those expire? Says Jody. That's an excellent question. And no, your pay-as-you-go credits do not expire. And if you have a monthly or annual plan, any members' credits you purchase do not expire. So a lot of people they buy a membership and they say to me, Richard, what happens if I run out of credits? Well, don't worry, because you can actually buy discounted members credits for 70 cents per credit. And then what you do is those go into your account and those never expire. So our system is super clever that it knows which ones are your annual credits, it knows which ones are your members credits, and we always use your expiring credits first, and then any non-expiring credits. So any members credits will only be used when you run out of your actual base credits of 400 or 800 or 2500. Um, and then we have Phil asking, at the end of an annual, do you lose unused credits? They do expire. Like any membership, if you don't continue, you do lose access to those. So remember that if you don't renew, you must use up all of your credits before the expiration date. And I always like to say to people, 1 or 2 days beforehand, make sure you've used up your credits, just to be on the safe side, because with where our servers are located, if you're in a completely different time zone, maybe you expect it to expire at midnight your time, but the server may have expired them before. So always have that margin of 2 or 3 days beforehand to actually make sure that you use your credits. If your subscription renews, your credits roll over, yes. But if not, then we recommend to just use credits before the year is up. Yeah, and it's not the calendar year. I mean, it's not that if you sign up today in November, your credits expire at the end of this year. No, it's a full calendar year. So I mean, it's a full calendar year, not an actual year from January to December. Okay, guys, you have been amazing. You have stayed with me. Um, you've stayed with me for an hour, over an hour. You have supported me in my hour of need with technical problems. As you can see, we all suffer from technical problems. And yeah, I'll take a couple of more questions. I see there's one here. I build websites. Can I build PLR and sell the content or buy a bundle from you to sell as a business? Okay. Um, while I wait for more questions, let me answer that. So if you, there's only two things that you can't do with that content. And the first is that you can't put it on Amazon Kindle. And that's an Amazon rule, that no content that could have been published elsewhere can be put on their Amazon Kindle software platform. So that means that um, if you've published your own articles on your own website, you couldn't put them on Amazon Kindle, because Amazon Kindle don't allow you to put content that may be published elsewhere. The second thing that you can't do with that content is you can't give a license to people to use our content and then sell it or give it away. So when you buy our content, the content is for you to sell to your clients for their own personal use. So if you, for example, were building websites, and this actually came up one time, a guy said to me, I build websites for coaches, so your content is great because I can sell them the content to use on their website. Well, that would be against our terms, our licensing terms, because the content that you sell to your clients is for their own personal use and they can't do anything. Yeah, you cannot transfer the PLR license content to others. However, you could become an affiliate if you're interested. So if you wanted to do something like that, you could talk to your client and then get them to sign up as an affiliate. Okay. Now, I really appreciate when you have questions like that. I mean, do ask us if you're in doubt, because as I said, in this particular case, the person was building websites for coaches and thought that they could use the content that we have and sell it to the coaches for their own use. And I had to say, no, unfortunately, that is not something that you can do. Okay, so let me just stop sharing there. Let me see if there's any final questions. Um, of course, don't forget that you can go in and you can book a call with me. My time slots are limited. So if you want to book a call, we can talk about content. I can give you ideas about helping you define your niche, which happens quite a lot that I get on a call with somebody and they're not quite sure who they want to sell to, and then suddenly, bam, um, after 15 minutes, they say, "Oh wow, okay, that's my niche, that's my audience." Um, if you have any questions before signing up, you can always book a call with me, and I'll run through everything. I'll show you content. There's absolutely no problems. The calls from Book a Call page are only available to you if you haven't already had a call. So if you do book a call and you've already had a call with me, unfortunately, I will have to cancel that booking. Um, Anything else that has come up? Let me show you this. Of course, you have been listening and watching Richard Butler, Director of Education, panic a little bit at the start of the show. Um, okay, Sally wants to be an affiliate. Great. Regina, how do you know when your credits expire? If you go into my account, you will see there under my account or billing. So let me just log into my account, but you will see it in there. You'll be able to see where you actually see that. Okay. Um, and yes, you can see the credits here at PLR.me, my credits. I always mix up where things are. So as I say, technology hasn't been good to me. And I think it kind of threw me a little bit there. Okay, so we've gone 10 minutes over. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe to our channel. Please do share our channel with others who may find value in it. And do make sure that you sign up. If you haven't already signed up, sign up as a free member, get your 2 free credits, watch this video and follow it step by step. I guarantee you are going to have so much success. Been great talking to you guys. Again, thank you so much for spending the last hour with me. I will talk to you very soon.